I made it. I made it. If it's your first time here, welcome. For Pete's sakes, just welcome. Like I said, you're in for a treat tonight because I'm going to do some teaching on a centerpiece. Doggone it. As soon as I can get this to share, copy this link, and come on, work with me, darling. Work with me. You can do it. I believe in you. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. How about right there? No. All right, let me try one more different thing here. And there we go. Come on in and say hey. As always, if you're watching me from Facebook, I love to hear where you're from. If you're watching me on YouTube, let me know how you found me on YouTube, because I don't go live often on YouTube, but it's always fun to do that every now and then. So make sure, share the information on where you found me. I am Stephanie Williams, owner of Festive Creations by Stephanie, and I teach people how to make beautiful things, and I also teach, sell the supplies to make those beautiful things, and I teach people how to grow their online business. That did not work either. Boy, I sure wish I had an assistant right now. Hey, Miss Janet, how are you, my friend? I actually just smiled because when I logged on to my Facebook account, you were, it was a picture of you with your son and you were saying happy birthday. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. So apparently I'm not going to be able to share it. I'm just going to send out a text message. Poo, poo, poo. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Hopefully y'all can find me if you're on my text message notification. So let me give you a few basics. I've got a few basics kind of on this side of the table, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. The main thing that I want to talk about when I look for inspiration for centerpieces, this is not one of them, but it could be. It could be. So when I look for inspirations for centerpieces, I'm always looking for unusual or containers or things that I can make centerpieces out of, such as this sleigh. I'm one of those people that go to immediately to the clearance section at Hobby Lobby, and I look for ornate vases or very simple vases that could be any season. Clearly, this could go any direction, right? Valentine's Day, spring, summer, winter, it doesn't matter. Candlesticks also make a great base for floral arrangements. Look at this beautiful vase. This is a silver, and I'm going to do something fun and special with that one. Well, let's actually talk about that grapevine for a minute. I know a lot of times we think about grapevine as a wreath hanging on the wall, but these make beautiful bases. And I do a lot with florals in this, and you turn it this way, put a lantern down in the center of it. This is a 14-inch frame. If you have a smaller frame, you can do a candle, a large candle inside of it, all kinds of different things. And then I have one more that a lot of people don't realize, and that is this piece of wood. So I can get ornate pieces of wood from Hobby Lobby or even Dollar Tree. Sometimes we'll have some nice pieces of wood. And then I take my can of spray foam insulation, and it's usually called Gaps and Cracks. I don't know where I got this brand from, but the main thing is it's the small gaps and cracks. It says that it's going to expand up to 1 inch, and I will use this and spray it onto my surface. So like right here, once you spray it on here, it's not coming off. It's not going to detach from this wood. I will also use this Gaps and Cracks, and I will spray it inside of containers like this glass a container here. This is metal and has a plastic liner in it. Depending on the metal, if it's well constructed, I will put some in there, but remember, it's going to expand. So what happens is sometimes if the metal is not constructed securely, you may have some spray foam come out a crease, but I've never had it to the where I could not manage it. I don't keep this this goes away. I will throw that away because I will put the foam down right inside of there. All right, all right. Of course, you can use the regular floral foam. This one's white, but of course the common one is it comes in green too as well. Y'all, it's just, it really is. And of course, the larger the container, the more florals and greenery you're going to take. I'm going to be using several things from our Blooms and Greenery box from this month to create a design. And I think it's going to be fun. Fun, fun. Yes. Okay. Let me catch up on comments. Yay. All right. Be sure to tell me where you guys are from. And let's get started. Let's get this party started. Why is this not cooperating? Nothing is cooperating. There we go. Good, Janet. All right. Hey, Janet. Marcy. Hey, cuz. Jode. Happy Friday evening. Eve. That's right. That's right. Okay. I'm going to take this massive box and I'm going to set it down on the floor next to me. This is everything that came in the Blooms and Greenery subscription box this month. And I'm going to be using several pieces out of this to give you an idea of what you can do with some inspiration from our Blooms and Greenery box. There's so many fun pieces to work with. We have cedar, we've got cedar and juniper, we've got frosted eucalyptus, the frosted berries. And then I also brought, we've got that rose and dahlia bush. I brought some white carnations. In addition to that, we have that, this one, which is one of my favorite. I've got it spread out over here. So I'm going to be using some things from our Blooms and Greenery box, but I may add a couple of things that's not there just to achieve the look that I want. This is another one that's my favorite with a winter design. I love those red berries in there. Hey, Nola. Hello, hello. Good to see you, girl. Hey, Peggy. I miss some of you. You know, it's funny because when I go live, it's at different times of the day, right? Mondays, I'm usually pretty consistent. It's around dinner time or a little after dinner time when I go live on Monday. But the rest of the week is kind of sporadic. Well, sometimes. Live sales are usually noon-ish, but so I get to see a different group of people on the different evenings and such. All right, I'm curious. I want to do something with this, but I also want to do something with this. What to do, what to do. Leila, hello, hello, hello. Denise, how are you? All right. I think I'm going to do the silver base. This one actually may end up being a centerpiece kit, depending on how all this goes tonight. How's that sound? Tell me, are you designing Christmas right now, or what are you working on in your craft area? Whether it be you're working on wreaths or whatever your craft of choice is, tell me what you're working on. I need to hear from all of you guys. And while I'm waiting for you to respond, I'm going to grab a knife and I'm going to cut a piece to go right inside of here. Hey, Ray. Hello, hello. It's going to be a journey. A serrated knife. This is just a regular serrated kitchen knife. It's a great way to cut through that foam. And of course, I knew this was going to be too big, so I'm going to have to customize it, right? Right, you're cleaning your craft room. Okay. Trying to decide what to make for Christmas. Janet, what's the decision? You're doing Christmas knitting, Marcy. Awesome. Karen, hello. Why can I not get a full screen? Try turning your device the other way. So if you're watching it straight up and down, turn it sideways and see if that helps you, my lady. Miss Jackie, I have severe sciatic nerve back, but I'm a walker. I wish I was designing anything. Nola, The bubble wrap is still failing, isn't it? The bubble wrap is still failing. And then you just commented on the bubble wrap. Yep. You have not graduated from the bubble wrap yet. All right, now I'm cutting this small enough to fit inside of our container. And again, remember, the larger your container, the more it's going to take to fill that container as far as florals and greenery. Olga, oh, thank you. Working on fall, I'm going to a farmer's market in my neighborhood. That it will be perfect for your farmer's market. I think I'm done with fall, but I have not packed away fall yet. All right, this is where that training comes in. So guys, see how that's loose in there and it'll pop right out, or, you know, it's going to slide around. So these other pieces that I use to trim a little bit at a time, I'm now going to take some of those and I'm going to use them to wedge them in here to make this more secure, because we don't want it to wiggle at all. And it's kind of an odd shape. It's not exactly square. So see how I just kind of shoved that in the side? I'm going to take a skinnier piece because I want this as tight can be. I don't want it to move. I will tell you, if you want to put hot glue on it first, that's great, but do not depend on hot glue to hold it in place, because with the changing of the temperature, whether you store this in a warm place to a cold place, that hot glue is going to get cold and soft and cold, you know, hard and soft, and it will break away from the surface. That's why I like the gaps and cracks, is because it does not come off the surface once you put it on there. All right, so see how secure that is in there? It's not going anywhere. And you'll notice that I did not bring it all the way to the top of the container. There's about an inch from my foam to the top of the container. And that is also by design. Depending on what it is that you're making, is also can depend on the type of foam that you're putting in there. I'm going to save these little pieces, so I'm going to tuck those away for right now. And because they come in handy to fill in like that. Absolutely. All right. Let me get these out of the way and get my excess spray foam. Tell me in the comments, do you currently make anything with centerpieces? Do you work with centerpieces at all currently? Yes or no? Yes, you do centerpieces. No, you don't. Now, everything I'm using, everything in this pile, all of this stuff comes from the subscription Blooms and Greenery box, but you get one of these and 2 of these in that box. I brought an extra one just in case. I did bring some silver sprays, and I'm going to be using that in this. Charlotte, hello, my friend. Yes, Ogle, you love them. Charlotte said no. Donna does. Yes, but not very much. D, how did things go today? I also brought, where did they go? I think I set them down inadvertently. These white carnations. So look at my color palette. I have silver and white. I have silver. I have brought some red and this red glistening. I've got some solid evergreen, and we've got some juniper and cedar and some frosted. So we've got a lot of things that we can work with. And what's nice is that we'll have a nice variety. When you get the Blooms and Greenery box, you have a nice variety to work with. All right, I'm going to start with the carnations. They're going to be my focal point, and I'm just going to use a pair of wire cutters. Delivered 8 wreaths today, last of fall. Bless your heart. Good for you. Good for you. Charlotte, made myself one last year. Oh, a centerpiece? Good. All right, so with centerpieces, I always glue my stems in. So I've got my glue pot warming up over here off camera. Let me move my phone so I don't string any glue over it. And I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the stem, and I'm going to go right in. For this one, I'm going to go in kind of at an angle because I want this to be wider than my vase itself. So this is going to come out to the side. I'm going to do one on this side, and I'm going to come to the opposite. So I methodically am going to add some white carnations to this. Again, I'm going in at an angle, and that's what it looks like from the top view right now. Let me bring this down a little bit more for you. Oh, not quite that much, huh? Not quite that much. Who was it that said they didn't have a good angle? Did that help when you turned your phone? All right, so this carnation bush has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's an odd number. 10 carnations on it. No, 11. That's good. Usually we have odd numbers. So 11 sounds about right. I'm going to choose a couple of these taller ones, the longer stems, and we're going to cut a couple of those. And we're going to bring those in the center. So again, I'm going to choose kind of right there in the center. Not straight in the center. I'm a little offset, and I'm going to come over this way. Yes, they are very nice full. Jackie, bless your heart. I'm so glad. You know, those kind of little things like that can be so frustrating. And I'm glad you said something because it was a simple fix that now you know moving forward that you can make a change. Okay, I'm going to bring this one down just a little bit more. And I want this one to be a tall one right in the center. A little tall right there in the center. But I want these to be a little bit lower. So this is the tallest one, and every other one is just a little bit lower than this one. So our focal flowers. The other carnations, we're gonna set them off to the side for a moment. I still have 3 here and 3 here, and we're going to set those off to the side because now I'm going to start adding a little bit of filler. So when I say filler, I'm going to take some of this winter greenery and we're going to integrate that into our design. And again, because I want it to kind of overflow on the side of our canister, I'm going to choose some longer stems. So let's use this one. And it's got it's got glistening, snowy look to it. It's got some red berries. It's plastic. It's fun. Oh, Janet, did you? Awesome. And it's all wired. So I can actually bend it. And look, I just made it come out to the side. By simply putting it down into the foam and then bending it. So watch me do that again. I'm going to do that on all 4 sides. I'm going to come in here, push it straight down, and then I'm going to give it just a little bend so that it makes it wider. It's an optical illusion, but it really does make it wider because once our design is finished, it'll be much wider than this base. Oh, you keep me, give me courage to keep trying. Girl. Well, I certainly hope that neurosurgeon is the ticket to get you on the path to recovery. I know that you, Nola, are trying your damnedest to get back into a normal routine. Renee, hey, my friend. Yes, I am super excited. So I actually am teetering on making this a kit. So if you're one of those I do have a few more of these silver vases. They're not listed because I may end up putting this into a kit. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Jill and I may do that tomorrow. What? Kelly, Ryan, girl, I won't even know who you are. Kelly, I am so stinking proud of you. 176 pounds down. Wait a minute, 176 pounds now. That's how many pounds down? Oh, bless your heart. I'm telling you, I'm not even going to know you. Not even. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, decisions. I'm so proud. Oh, yes, I forgot. I brought some of this. I don't know what the name of it is. It's some kind of cedar. If Jill were here or Heather were here, she would tell me. But it is a cedar, but it's like a frosted cedar. I want frosted, but I don't want it so glistening that it's going to blind you either. But this one is a little more neutral because it does not have the red berries in it. Does not have those red berries in it. So let's use some of it. And again, as a filler. So see what this looks like from the top view? I have my 5 carnations and I'm just kind of filling in with a little bit of, there you go. That's what I needed to hear. Trying to go in and do a little bit of filling with the less expensive fillers. And then we'll go back and add pops of color with the items that are a little bit more expensive. Hello, Miss Debbie. So I'm going to go back again. I'm kind of going in between the berries, the red berry, winter berries, and one more. And look, we're going to have extra. So when I work with this, we're going to end up with extra product that we can use on another centerpiece. That's always fun. Now this branch has 3 nice cuts to it. Whenever you're working with floral and greenery, you do want to work in odd numbers. However, I may end up, let me see what I'm going to do. I know I'm going to do the 3 cuts to start with. So let me start here. So I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to set the rest of our frosted winter berries aside. I'm done with those for right now. Oh, Central Florida. Hey, Miss Diana. Good to see you, girl. And I don't know that I want this stinking tall. But you know what? Let me see. Let me measure. Because it might actually work out to my advantage. Oh, guess what? I'm going to leave it. My focal flower, I'm fine. This is like an accent and it can go taller than my focal flowers. So I'm going to go almost dead center. Bring it up just a little bit above that focal flower. And now look at what happened. Can you guys see? Can you guys see it okay? It's so hard to do centerpieces. I received the Bloom and Greenery box today. It has a lot and a beautiful pieces. Yes, we're actually using some of the pieces, Debbie, from it right now. So this piece that I just got through cutting is from it. These little berries are from the Blooms and Greenery box. Yes, ma'am. All right, I'm going to come up front. Add some of those red berries there. Hello, Miss Canada. Hi, Rhonda. And again, it's all wired. So if I want to give it some volume, I can bend it outward. And I'm going to go right here on the opposite side of this carnation. And we're going to add one more. I like it. I like it. So this has kind of become the front. Here's the taller one. Here's these two. But the really awesome thing is watch. It's going to look good from every angle. Every angle is going to look beautiful. And we're not done yet. We are not done. Because I have to put some of this silver willow in there. I think the silver willow is going to be the key to pulling that silver fun from the base itself and make it cohesive throughout the design. So we're going to take at least 3 pieces of the silver willow, and we're going to integrate that as well. Can you guys see that? Watch what happens. This is also considered a filler. And before I go too much further, please notice that at this particular point, and we're actually beyond this point, we're past it. You can't see any of that styrofoam that I added before when we started. You cannot see any of that white in the base. I know, Charlotte. This is the same silver willow I used in the Christmas in July winter collection, that ice blue and silver collection. It is absolutely stunning. But don't forget, y'all, it's glitter season. So I promise you, it will bring glitter to the table. Yes, I agree, Olga. It brings it to life. Absolutely. I wanted, my vision for this centerpiece was to be elegant and classy. And I think silver, the silver accents are taking that up, that notch that I wanted. And they make it, give it that wispy look. There we go. Okay. And let's see. I've got 3 in there. It actually is looking pretty good. I'm going to hold off adding another one for a moment. And hey, Emma, UK is in the house. I know it has been a while. Absolutely. Before I add any more silver, I want to go back and then we're going to add some more carnations. Where's my clippers? There they are. So these are now going to go in and we're going to give it a little more color. I'm going to make these a little bit closer to the container itself. So more towards the bottom. See how I brought that one in, and it's almost right there on the edge of that container. We're going to do that again. Give this a little shorten up that stem, and it's going to go closer to the container. So it's almost like 1, 2, 3 levels, like 3 heights. That's the word I'm looking for. So some of the carnations sit lower. Some of them are a medium high, and then just the one at the highest peak. Y'all, I love dealing with florals. So, and just people are like, why don't you do it more? I don't know why I don't do more. But I truly enjoy it, that's for sure. And the really awesome thing is if you're starting out and you're not sure what you're doing yet, don't glue it down yet. Just don't glue it down and make it, find your placement. And then you can go back and even reach down in there with a glue gun and, do the final touches, the finishing touches, right? But, and of course you can always yank it back out if it is glued down and you look at it and go, no, not the look I was going for. You can always take it back out. It just kind of messes up the styrofoam. Could potentially mess up the styrofoam. So that's why I recommend just place it in there, stick it in there, and glue it down later. Find your happy place. But using the rules, the thumbs, rule of thumb. All right. Let's bring in, I think I'm done with the filler. Y'all, can you see this? Can you get a good grip of that so far? I always say when I do a centerpiece that it should look good from every side. Every side. And remember that Mother Nature is not symmetrical. Mother Nature doesn't grow her flowers exactly the same height, and the accents are not all paired up neatly next to each other. Do you ever use picks or always glue the stems? Debbie, I'm not sure I understand. Here's what I will tell you is that there are times that I will need my pick machine, but most of the time, most of my flowers and my fillers that I carry at Festive Creations, I don't need the stem, but I always glue, always. Now this one is fun because I'm just going to it's full. It doesn't look that full when it's in the package, but it's actually very full. And I love these berries. I'm going to see what this is going to look like. Let's see if we're going to use those. Hopefully that answers your question, though, Debbie, if that's what you were asking. Oh. Okay, I love them in there. So, okay, they're going in. They're going in. Now, you get 2 of these in your Blooms and Greenery box, but I may actually end up using 3. I did bring an extra one just in case. Because I am liking that. And of course, I love the fact that everything's wired. So if it doesn't behave where I want it to, then it's going to go where I want it to. It's going to comply. Gary comes home and he goes, hey, so-and-so, Gary and I just started back doing karaoke as a business. We used to run a karaoke and DJ business several years ago, and we just got back into it. And one of the places that we are playing at, they're like, hey, how will change plans next weekend? Can you guys do karaoke both Friday and Saturday? And Gary said, well, gotta wait till I ask the boss. And he comes in and he goes, you know you're the boss. And I said, well, of course I know. Of course I'm the boss. That's the way it is around our house. Okay. Got another one. I sure wish I could join you. Oh, Charlotte, I know. Wouldn't that be just flippin' awesome? Yeah, so we're going to do actually karaoke tomorrow night and then next Friday and Saturday. Okay, I will tell you, this is one of my biggest pet peeves. It's one of the reasons I avoid trying to buy florals and greenery or anything in my that has the foam balls. But these are nicer balls, so I'm not complaining. But this one has the chip in it. I despise that. So I'm actually going to take and try and remove that one that has the little bitty chip or, you know, has the notch out of it and see if I can't fix this. And then if I have to, I'll take a little red paint and cover the other piece. But that's just too big of a chunk for me. That's better. That's definitely better. It's not near as noticeable. Now, I do carry some red balls that are waterproof in my shop that are hard. They don't have that foam center. They're more of a hard plastic. I don't know how to describe it. Okay, he's going in there. He's going there. Oh, hang on. I had a piece of paper or something that was trying to come along with me. A hitchhiker. A hitchhiker, they say. I like this for a couple of reasons. I'm glad that I added these because it added that natural look of the pine cones in there. And so it's softening that whole look. I absolutely love that in there. The only other thing that I want to add is one more of the silver willow. And I feel like he's going to go right dead center. Yes. So when it comes to centerpieces, there's not going to be an exact science on where everything places because we're going to have too many variables. So if I put this into a wreath kit or a centerpiece kit, I used 9 of the 11 carnations. I used almost the whole silver willow. I have 2 silver willows left. I have several cuts on this winter berry bush. 3 cuts left on this frosted bush. And I did just use 2 of these berry mixed picks. And look at how pretty that is. And stunning. Now, another rule of thumb is when I get done with a centerpiece, let me get rid of a couple of things. Where did my broom go? I don't know. Ugh. Let me clean off a little bit on my table because there's a little snow on there from all the things, right? Okay, that's a start. Thank you, ladies. Where's my... Where is it? I can see it. I can't feel it. I'm going to set that on there. Let's get the distractions off the table. There we go. All right, now we can see the whole centerpiece. I always make sure that it looks good from every angle. So when I say every angle, I also mean this angle. If someone puts this on their dinner table, on their, wherever they're eating, I want the people that are sitting on all sides of it to have a nice view. I don't want to see any gaps in any of my design. It should be nice and full. And it should look beautiful from all sides. So that finishes that for me. That's the final touch for me, is to make sure that it looks good from every angle. What do you guys think? Should I put this in a kit? Knowing that you can make your own and you're actually going to have a little bit extra left over. I think I might, because I have a few more of those silver bases. What do you think? I love it. I love it. And centerpieces go super well. This one is also a great size to ship. So I could put this in a 12-inch by 12-inch by 12-inch box and ship it. Of course, I have to have packing material around it, but ship it safely. Of course, I've been shipping for quite some time now, so I know how to pack them. But the main thing is, make sure you have packing paper, cushion under it and around it, and then I secure it to the box itself when I can. And I normally can get it there in one piece. Debbie said yes. Jill said yes. All right, let me see what I can do and see what the price point is going to be. And maybe we'll put this together as a wreath kit for y'all. Guys, thanks for hanging out while I made this. And I will get this uploaded to Etsy. And I've got so many more things. Look, I got more centerpieces to make. I can't wait. Can't wait. This one's going to blow your mind. Blow your mind when we do this one. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I hope you have a great rest of your Friday